The most embarrassing thing right now about not just Netflix, but also Meghan Markle and how they are promoting With Love Meghan Season 2 is just that. They are calling it a Season 2 when in reality, it is nothing more than a Season 1 Part 2 because they shot all 16 episodes at once, and they will be doing some additional filming by this June to lengthen each episode by roughly 10 to 15 minutes per. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. So here we are, it is already the end of April of 2025, and as we roll into May, there's a lot of things going on with Netflix, with Meghan Markle, with the other various studios out there within the Hollywood bubble that are outright rejecting her one after the other, and it's only creating a lot of problems, not just for Meghan Markle, but also for her entire team, including her agent and manager, which are really in a pure panic mode right now over her career. But what's interesting about this further has a lot more to do with Meghan Markle going the extra mile to do something so outrageous that's most certainly going to create a lot more backlash than anything anyone would even imagine would even happen in a series like With Love Meghan. So let's get into the overall details about this and exactly what's going on here. Now, one thing is for sure is that we know that Meghan Markle views her series With Love Meghan as the most successful series or project that she's worked on, when in reality it is a ratings disaster. Everyone outright rejected it throughout all of social media, throughout the entirety of mainstream media. That's how heavily it got mocked throughout the entire industry. But what's interesting here has a lot more to do with what Meghan Markle is up to for Season 2 and how it truly is one of the most disgraceful things that she's doing yet. So let's get into this. Now, with the Meghan Markle series, alright, and the overall endless drama going on, and how she is endlessly having issues both behind the scenes and in the public eye, especially after her ratings disaster known as With Love Meghan. One massive development going on now involves more to do with Meghan Markle's plans for With Love Meghan Season 2, and already the board of directors that are sided with her have already greenlit this plan that is surely going to create a massive backlash. Now, already both Meghan Markle and her team have been in contact with Katy Perry and her team as well, where they are already arranging plans to provide Katy Perry a massive role in one of her episodes to not only cook with her in the kitchen for With Love Meghan Season 2 Episode 7, but to also have both Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom make a cameo as a couple to make a glorified cameo in the series. Now, the plan for Markle right now is to help Katy Perry diminish the level of backlash that she has been getting due to her Blue Origin spaceflight. The plan was started up by Katy Perry, as it turns out, where she requested Meghan Markle to go on her show, and Meghan took the extra steps to make this happen with Netflix HQ. Now, Meghan is already planning to have Katy Perry talk about her Blue Origin spaceflight on With Love Meghan Season 2, and is already preparing to turn Episode 7 into a very Katy Perry-centric focused episode that will hold exclusive talking points related to her Blue Origin experience and her Lifetimes tour. Perry is doing this reportedly out of sheer desperation in order to water down the backlash related to her time in space, quote-unquote, that didn't go so well with the general public. Now, Meghan Markle is also going to use With Love Meghan as a way to also promote Katy Perry's Lifetimes tour in the midst of Perry's tickets not selling well in certain US markets as we speak. To make matters worse for both Perry and Markle is that this entire plan is backed by the board of directors over at Netflix, since they believe that this will garner more audience members from Katy Perry's followers. This is set to only create more backlash for both Markle and Perry in the process, by having both Katy and Orlando show up as a couple to cook with her in the rented house for With Love Meghan Season 2. The plan right now is to film this over the course of June, where they are planning to create cupcakes and large cakes as well, where they will be providing baking tips to those watching the series on Netflix. Now guys, before I move on, let me just say one thing about this. This just goes to show you, and it's another shred of proof, how clueless Netflix truly really is when it comes to who they are having on this show in particular. As if Mindy Kaling wasn't enough to create more backlash and more ratings dips, we know that having Katy Perry on, I think, would be the true nail in the coffin. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't really know why they believe that this is going to drive Katy Perry's fans to go over to With Love Meghan Season 2 and watch it over there, because, well, I don't think they've been actually caught up with the whole news cycle, is that even fans of Katy Perry are abandoning ship. They want nothing to do with her anymore after that publicity stunt with Blue Origin, and yes, that's exactly what it really was. A publicity stunt. That's all it really was. They went in low orbit. They didn't go into true space. They weren't up there for hours upon hours or even a day or two. It was just a mere, 10.5 to 11 minutes long in low orbit space. And they came coming down almost immediately before you even knew it. So it was a publicity stunt. They looked into the camera more than they looked out the window. That's how ridiculous it was. And now you have both Katy's team and Meghan's team working out a deal to do episode 7 for season 2, to have that episode in particular to be very Katy Perry focused with Orlando Bloom. Again, they want them to appear as a couple on the show. That's the overall plan right now, and I think it's going to backfire. Come this fall, I think that you're going to see a lot of customers of Netflix leaving as well and heading to other programs, or should I say streaming platforms, to watch other programs. Streaming platforms like, for example, HBO Max, Amazon Prime Video, or even Peacock at that. But let's move on. Now, Netflix CEO Greg Peters, get this, is reportedly furious about the board backing this plan, since it serves as nothing more than just a commercial for Katy Perry's Lifetimes tour, as well as promoting her Blue Origin spaceflight. Now, Katy is reportedly using every avenue and chance that she can get to use the spaceflight to her own advantage, to remain in the limelight for what she actually did up there. The plan is to provide Katy Perry a whopping 25 minutes of screen time in Meghan Markle's show, which many would actually debate is far more than just a cameo in the series. Now, Katy and Meghan are in active talks with each other of promoting new talking points that will be used in episode 7, since Meghan holds some creative power, though lost a lot of that power over the past couple of weeks. Now, in case you guys are out of the loop, Meghan Markle previously had creative power over all the episodes of season 2. Now it has diminished down to a mere 3 episodes. So she's got control over episodes 5, 6, and 7. Alright, these are the very episodes that she is working out to actually have Katy Perry in, Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, other politicians, actresses, and singers / performers out there to make appearances. But it's one thing to have Katy Perry labeled as a cameo, it's another thing to have her go on there with Orlando Bloom for 25 whopping minutes. That's not a cameo to me, that's practically an entire episode, and I think it's going to be something that will truly backfire, not just on Netflix, but also on Katy Perry fans. I think a lot of fans of Katy Perry are going to finally realize that she is going on a program that is so phony, fake, and ridiculous that, well, maybe it's just meant for Katy Perry, because she's practically the same, right? But overall, I think that this is going to be a very interesting turn of events come this June. When they begin filming all of this, we'll be talking about everything of what's going on that front. They are preparing to drop season 2 by late August into early September, right before her contract with Netflix, by the way, is set to expire, and the overall board of directors, ironically, are not seeking a renewal, regardless of how they side with her and many of her creative outlets out there. But overall, I would like to hear what you all have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.